Welcome to the Brotherhood of Gaming Video Game Show, the only video game show that can't get invited to E3, but will find a way to sneak in through the back door. I'm your host, William Morris.
And I'm Nathaniel Reyes.
And we are Superman and the Green Lantern, coming to you to give you our impressions and our thoughts on Microsoft's 2014 press conference. And a lot of stuff went down. Some great, some not so great. I guess it all depends on your preference and what you came here to see. So, I came in on Forza 2. Now, tell us what you saw with the Call of Duty, which apparently showed first.
Basically a bunch of cinematics and a very odd range of machinery.
Like Call of Duty something?
The guns and the animations, pretty much. Entry is into the levels and the typical Call of Duty style that we've come to assume. Yeah.
Nothing.
But
is there anything? Did they show any gameplay for it?
Yeah, they showed a bunch of gameplay for it. They showed kind of modern day trench warfare, which is kind of interesting. It's like a new spin on things, and it's also being made by a new studio. I think it was. Why does Pandemic come to mind? That studio's gone.
So it's not being made by the same guys. So I guess that's hope.
Yeah.
So I came in on Forza 2, which happens to be the next thing. So Call of Duty is Call of Duty. Whether by now you already know whether you're going to love it or hate it, so there's really no reason to dwell so much onto the Call of Duty factor or the hate bandwagon or the love train.
Oh, yeah.
So next, Forza 2. Now, Forza series is a series I never really got into. I just know it's a really big, extravagant racing game with cars that they go out of their way to make look extremely realistic, even though you'll only ever be looking at the rear of it.
AKA car porn.
It really is. They go out of their way to show the engine and the intricate detail on the engine and the dashboard and inside the car. It's you're never gonna see any of this stuff, right? You're only ever gonna always be looking at the ass of your car as you're going at high speeds.
Yeah.
And
these are cars that you're never gonna afford.
Or I don't know if they even half of them exist. They're so custom. So
oh yeah,
it looks amazing. The detail and the graphics in these kind of games like Forza or sports games always look amazing because there's really not much else they have to devote them to. You go back to Madden games when they try to make these games look as realistic as possible. Well, think about it. All they have to do is make one giant ass stadium and focus all of their time and effort on that and just change up the weather or something in some of the playing fields and there.
Yeah, I like that they actually had that open world rain effects though. And I kind of wish that it also affected the way that you had to drive. That would be awesome. But they made no mention of that, which is kind of the whole entire point of having an open world. If you could be immersed in it like that, then that makes a really good game.
Yeah, I really did enjoy the weather that they were showing. How it got a humid sun. As the sun was rising, it got a humid look where you could barely, you could still see it, but not so much. I kind of fear that actually affecting your driving because in a high speed race with realistic cars, you can imagine the collisions and the car wrecks. I can't imagine Forza 2 playing Mario Kart where you can drift all over the place, use items on each other. So I'm not sure how modern racing games work. The last one I ever played was Gran Turismo 2, which was several consoles back. So yeah, that's quite a ways.
We gotta up our racing games.
Yeah, unless Mario Kart counts, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's more fun.
I guess I don't exactly know how you'd be able to catch up with your opponent in a game like Forza 2 if you can't use items on the go. I doubt there's any question blocks for you to run into and use anything unless maybe your car's got a GAT in it that allows you to fire at will. So that's pretty much Forza 2. But for right now, let's move on. Now, the next on the list was, I believe, Assassin's Creed Unity.
Pretty spot on. It seems very far along in the development for having done an Assassin's Creed game.
That's the weird thing about Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed is that these guys rush or get these games out fast. and none of them are necessarily bad. Like, I'm just stunned at how fast they work and complete these games. It's as if they had like some overworld build that they can just throw together like an overworld.
I think they just have like a bulletin board and stuff like that, and just like, okay, make all this crap ahead of time, and then we'll work over that. And
which is
that's
weird.
how they make Assassin's Creed games.
Which is weird because I've seen some of the research that they've had to do when it comes to creating places like Venice back in Assassin's Creed 2. And they had to travel, they had to take pictures, they had to know the terrain, know the environments, go through the history books of what they're doing. And I'm just stunned at how fast they make all of this and get it out there. I mean, it takes a little time, sure, but we're not talking how like say how long it takes Metal Gear Solid to come out. It takes years.
But I think these are people that are already engrossed in the history and whatever.
Oh,
these guys, they've probably taken like architecture classes and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like what was like, did you see the inside of the building that they were in? Like how it looked like old English, like old like France, the Revolutionary. Like that looked amazing.
Shit.
Like I was just kind of caught in awe just looking at the environments and not so much as the scenery with the people going on. Like how the hell did they just do this? Because they had been working on Watch Dogs for quite some time, so I have to assume that they've got different departments in their studios where they're all working on different projects at the same time. So yeah, I'd like to assume that they've been working on this one since the release of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But yeah, I'm actually for the idea of continuing Assassin's Creed as long as it continues to be fun. Like, I was tired of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I didn't finish that one because I wasn't a fan of the pirate thing, and I didn't like being on a boat more than I had to. I liked running around in the overworld.
You didn't like growing a mustache, having a parrot?
I don't know. Like at first, when I saw the idea in Assassin's Creed 3, it seemed like fun.
Yeah.
But then we just got overwhelmed with it. Like sailing was all you were pretty much doing. It's almost like it was an Assassin's Creed game because most of the time you were on the freaking boat.
It was Sailboat Simulator.
Pretty much. Like, oh my god, I'm tired of being on the boats. Now this one actually looks like you're off the damn boats. You're back on land. You're in the middle of a revolution going on. That I liked. I actually liked being part of that and running around, which is why I guess I like Assassin's Creed 3 more because I wasn't on a boat as much. But when I was, it was pretty epic.
Another thing that I liked about the Assassin's Creed, unveiling.
Oh, that's
people
Gene. That's Gene.
He's like, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, he's it's about the new Tomb Raider, but we'll get to that.
Oh yeah. Dang. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like I liked it when you went inside the houses and no loading screens.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, well, one thing I like too is how everything is practically in real time, seamlessly. How it's like it doesn't trigger unless you go into a certain area, but you don't know it. Like it's like certain events are forced to play out. Like when you hide along a hallway, there's going to be a guy around the corner that walks just far enough so that he doesn't see you. But then he turns around at the blink of an eye where you can just cap him and bring him around the corner. It's like it's scripted just for you to do something epic. Without it being a surprise.
Like I think, really, I'm already thinking of Sony, and we're talking about Microsoft. Damn it!
Oh, no, that's not till later. We'll see what Sony has in retaliation.
PlayStation Plus is now free.
Well, shit, they just won. All right, but anyway, so yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity. Oh, and they got the multiplayer thing. Is that what that was, or was that just split screen of your allies?
Oh, I think it was just like it's just showing an overview of everything. It's just like you're not seeing your friends at the same time. But
yeah, because here's the thing. I don't think I would like online with these kind of games too much, especially with Assassin's Creed, because Assassin's Creed, for the most part, is not so much a game series that you can just run balls out and do whatever the hell you want. It's not like Grand Theft Auto where you can just raise hell together. Assassin's Creed is more strategical, where you have to keep an eye on your target, and sometimes you have to make sure that he doesn't even see you.
Yeah, you can't be like match made with people that just randomly like
Yeah, so
The 5-year-old kid with the Kinect.
yeah, so if you were gonna play multiplayer with Assassin's Creed, I would almost have to guarantee that it would have to be locally with friends that you know, so you guys can play with each other and know how to work off each other, and you guys can like talk and decide the best plan of action. Like, okay, I'll go this way and tell him this way. You go around the back if he manages to bypass me, and you can keep an eye on him while I try to catch up. See, online you don't have that communication, so you're kind of guessing what the other players want to do and have to do, or you might end up just doing the mission by yourself and screw what the other people try to do. They'll probably be doing
that would suck.
So that's just my problem with online games, is that the interactivity is so limited. Like, you've got microphones with Call of Duty, but none of them, like, a lot of the time they're not that well done, because I've heard some really shitty microphones on online games.
Oh, Turtle Beaches suck ass. Like, if you've ever talked in a lobby and you get like a reverb back, someone has a Turtle Beach.
Okay, so yeah, that's Assassin's Creed for you. So playing it online or live streaming, as long as you're with a buddy that you know, you might actually have a chance. And that I think makes it more fun to me, because I wouldn't feel safe going online with somebody in a mission that I need to win.
Yeah.
So
it'd be fun to do a dual live stream sometime.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just play a shooter or something. Yeah. Something I'm familiar with.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, I'll be your wingman, man. I'll be your wingman. You are good.
Okay, well that's Assassin's Creed Unity. I don't think that's going to be exclusive to the Xbox One. I doubt it. Okay, so the next on the list is from a developer, like what'd you say, Moon developer?
Or darn, I don't know what the name is.
I don't know either. It was kind of just quick. Like, I saw the words Moon, and then I saw some gameplay, and then at the end...
Yeah, it was made by Moon Studios, though.
Yeah, and then at the end I saw the title, I think spells Ori, or Oni, but the game looks kind of like a Limbo-ish game, crossed with those Odin Sphere type games where it's two...
Yeah.
But you play... But it looked very serene.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how you got like these black creatures that look like No Face from Spirited Away.
Oh yeah,
and they're like one of them is caring for this little angelic being that it found. Not sure what it is, but I assume it has something to do with the moon.
It reminded me of like Dust.
Kind of, actually. Yeah,
Dust, Therian, or I don't know,
Elysian,
something Tale.
Elysian.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure what to make of Ori, or if that's the name of the game. But it looked serene, it looked interesting, and I think I'd want to try it if I was able to get my hands on it, because I'm into those sort of games where it's not status quo, and it's different. So yeah, I'm up for that actually.
Exclusive for Xbox One.
Yeah, that's the only problem is now I'm sure I won't be able to play it for quite some time. Shoot.
I don't know. I'm wanting to go into the next gen, but I'm not sure whether still Xbox 360 or PS4.
Xbox One or PS4 was. With all due respect, both of them are kind of safe choices as of right now, because multi-platform games, sure, but there's really no negatives too much with them, except for they both suffer the same one, the lack of games, which they're still trying to build up. Yeah, as far as I know, Metal Gear Solid's no longer a Sony a Sony exclusive. Kingdom Hearts is no longer a Sony exclusive. So at this point, there's really no reason for you to be faithful to one or the other. Unless, of course, you're a Halo fanatic, then I guess you already have your choice.
So what's like the next one on the list?
The next on the list. Oh, let's see. They showed. I don't know if this was for. It was a Halo game. It was
the anniversary.
It was the Halo teaser where it showed Master Chief in space and he had like a bomb. It said like apparently they mentioned how at the end of Halo 4 he apparently lost his friend or something. So I don't know if that was an introduction to a new Halo game.
I think that was more like he lost Cortana and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, my problem with Halo is like I don't dislike Halo, but I just don't get it, because how do you get so invested in a character whose face you never fucking see?
Well, I think it's also how you get invested in a character when he never freaking talks. I think it's the same thing like Zelda.
Well, maybe, but at the same time,
But
you know
yeah.
Link is talking. You just don't hear him. But you kind of imagine what he would say based on the actions you make him do. Like, same thing with Alundra too. Is like, you know these characters are speaking. They're not mute. They're mute to you, but to everybody else, they're talking. But they're only saying what you would imagine them to be saying because you're the one experiencing it.
Yeah.
But with a character like Master Chief, I don't even know what this guy looks like under this helmet. He could look like Quasimodo for all you know.
Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, like, how do
It's a trap.
How do you even know that this guy is human? So,
I'm pretty sure he is, but he's just like
how do you know it's a dude? For all
no, but like the origins though, if you followed the books and all that sort of stuff, he's kind of been taken from birth and then like put into this Spartan suit, and it's just he's been trained all his life. He's like
yeah, I've got no.
meant to be a
Yeah,
soldier.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't care for this character or there's no way you can relate to him. Sure, there might be, depending on what he says and his actions. Like if he was a mute and you never see his face, that'd be a serious problem.
See, here's like the thing though, like people they either like the story or the game, which is AKA the multiplayer. That's what everyone in the theater or whatever place.
Yeah, and, and that's
cheering
another thing
about.
that kind of bugged me about Halo. Like, what makes Halo fun?
Multiplayer,
Yeah,
you playing
like
with your friends.
do people give a shit about the story at all, or is it like Call of Duty where fuck the campaign, it's all about the online?
Well, I think it's with Halo, there's two camps. People that love the origin stories, and then there's people that love the multiplayer and the competitive, competition, MLG.
And the crouching on people's faces when they die.
Yeah, okay, that I freaking loved. It was just funny.
They even showed that in the conference, and he's crouching on me.
Oh, okay. It's like, okay, I'm glad that could have looked unprofessional. It could have.
Oh, it could have. Yeah, so guys, understand, I don't dislike Halo. I just don't get it. It doesn't appeal to me, which is fine. Not everything is going to, but if you like Halo, keep liking Halo. Like, you're gonna get more of it. I know that a lot of Halo fans have pretty much kind of said that Microsoft has pretty much kind of jumped the shark when it comes to making Halo games. Like, because apparently the series had ended at some point.
Yeah, I think it was like Bungie stopped at Reach and they just sold the IP to Microsoft.
Yeah, but then they just said, well, what makes us a lot of money? Oh, Halo, let's make another one of those.
Well, I'm kind of glad that they are making that anniversary collection because they kind of just said everything that you got of Halo, you can't play anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and
when they go into
they came with that Master Chief edition that let's see, they talked about that for a little bit. There's this Master Chief edition which apparently comes with Halo 2, Halo Reach, that Halo television series that I guess that digital series that they were working on.
I don't think it's Reach because that's not a core Master Chief. It's a Master Chief edition. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, they never mentioned 1. I remember specifically that Halo 1 was not in this collection.
Really?
Because I made a joke about it.
They showed like 4 games in the series of the Master Chief.
Yeah, they said Halo 4 was on there, Halo 2 was on there. I did not hear them say Halo or Halo 1. And I remember making a joke right after it saying like, yeah, all of these except for the first one, which you still have to pay money for. So
that is weird.
I don't know if I misheard it, but I do not remember hearing them say that the first one was in there. I remember Halo 2 and pretty much kind of stuff after it.
Which they already kind of remade already, but I don't know.
And then they show that they apparently have updated the textures of themes. See, now that's different. That's actually remaking the game to a fine point, because I've already stressed how much HD updates really don't do much in terms of the long run without actually remaking the game. It looks like here they pretty much remade it. They didn't texture update anything, because the layouts that they were showing were completely different. So yeah, they didn't update anything. They just remade it.
Well, I think they ported like you could swap between the original textures and the actual.
Yeah, that's why, because they didn't update it. They freaking remade it. So you could choose.
Well,
you could choose
it's kind of good though.
Well, that's fine. I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, by all means, if you want to remake the game, and if you want to put the other game on it, do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll make money. It'll sell. That's good. Yeah, so that's pretty much Halo and all they pretty much showed for it. I don't think they announced a new Halo game except for just that.
No, they are doing the new Halo.
Yeah.
Like, they showed like a beta entry if you get the anniversary or whatever, Master Chief Collection.
Oh, okay. So it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Okay, and then okay. Moving on to the next game. This one actually caught my interest and they didn't say what developer worked on it or the ones who made the previous game that the guy was interested in.
Which one was that?
Inside.
Inside.
It was that side scroller, the one with the woman. It was creepy looking one.
Yeah, it's just like Limbo, but with color.
Yeah, it looks like Limbo, but I don't know. These side-scrolling games really get to me. Like, I like those.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's because we don't see too much of them anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, whenever a new side-scroller comes out, I'm immediately interested in knowing what it's about. And when they do something like this, where it's kind of creepy, film noir, but sci-fi.
It's almost like post-apocalyptic though too. It's like a regime. It's almost Nazi-ish, but at the same time not.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, I just wish we knew more about the game Inside, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't tell us much. Like, I'm not sure if this is another zombie thing. We're running away from zombies because you could tell that the character was hiding from someone. Like, in the background, you could see all of these people or all of these things going in a line, and the character was having to go around them quietly. I'm not sure what they were. They didn't look like zombies, but they looked zombie-esque.
I think it was more or less like almost like a Nazi regime over it. It's like a government that you have to hide from, and they're after you because either you have something that you don't know that they want, or something of the sort.
Oh, that's clever. And the ending of it was actually really good too, where your character, the girl, she joins up with like all those other people, and they're all looking, I think, on the outside or on the inside of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it doesn't show you what.
Title.
Yeah.
I like how they just showed the title at the end. It's like, boom.
Yeah, and it has a double meaning. Like, are you on the inside or are you trying to get inside?
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to be safer on the inside? Or are you inside and you're not safe and you're looking for a way out?
Mm-hmm.
See, I like that. It keeps you thinking. Like it gets your interest, and I like that. And I wish I could play it now. I want to know.
Which is missing a lot in new games is the pacing of it.
I know, it's intense. All right, let's see. Next on the list is okay. Yeah, they pretty much showed another Halo offering after that one, or as far as I know. And of course, the next one, which apparently was the biggest deal to everybody, including me and Gene, and I know you thought it too, Rise of the goddamn Tomb Raider. Oh my god, that was a shock.
Me, I kind of caught on.
Oh, I caught on. I didn't find out it was a Tomb Raider when the title showed up. I knew immediately as soon as I saw the shadow in the face, I saw the bow and arrow, I saw that axe.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is immediately what made me know. Because you don't know at the beginning when you see a woman in a therapy chair. You don't know. What happens is the immediate flashback that happens. And it's only there for about half a second. But you see the footage where she falls into the water, which was from the first trailer. That's what showed me that this was Tomb Raider. It was the same shot. And immediately I'm like, oh shit, this is another Tomb Raider. I'm hooked. Like, my eyes were glued to the television. What's going on? And I like, what were your impressions?
To me, it's gonna be kind of hard. Well, I don't think kind of hard. I don't know. It's like a teeter-totter effect. It's either the second coming is either gonna be good or crap.
Well, I'm gonna stay optimistic. I don't want to be pessimistic about it. I want to give it my high hopes, and I want this game to be good. No doubt. Come on.
It's gonna be like Gears of War 2 for me. It's just like I want to like it, but I can't.
Oh, don't say that. This is not Gears of War. This is Square Enix and Eidos.
There's a bunch of games that where like the second one comes out and it's like I want to like it.
I know it's the second game. Second game's usually the hard one, because the first movie or the first game is usually such a hard act to follow that the sequel rarely does it justice. But there have been occasions. Terminator 2, Godfather Part 2, Tomb Raider 2 on the original PlayStation was better than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they can deliver. But here's my only thing, though. And I hope they give her the pistols, because she had them at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
She got Roth's gun and Matthias's gun. She used them both to end him off. She's got to have them. Even if they're sub-weapons, or even if they're like supers for her, where she busts them out and like goes into like a critical mass mode, as long as she has them, I'm fine. But I'm happy with her keeping the bow and arrow as well, because I got really good with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what do you think about her being in therapy?
I think it's like a natural progression of things. Like, you basically got off an island, jacked up and everything like that, and it's kind of like her finding herself mentally.
Yeah, probably.
Because she did kill a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Like,
she just ended a race. Come on.
She ended a race. She was the terror of that island, because it got to the point when the people were scared of her. Like, oh shit, she's got a bazooka, run! She's actually playing along with it, like, yeah, run, you cowards! I'm coming for you all!
Well, like, the thing is, though, I don't think she really embraced that mentality yet.
No,
I think that's what we're gonna see in the next Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much just the adrenaline at the time, because she was caught in a life and death situation, which is very human.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you're caught in situations like those, you're either gonna curl into a ball or you're gonna freaking do something about it. And the better half of the human, like your human adrenaline, like it's like they say, you really don't know what you're capable of unless you're actually put into a situation where life and death could be a factor, and that's when you really could learn a lot about yourself. So yeah, it's very human of her to go through this and to finally be off the island, finally be back at home or wherever she went. We're not sure. She made it seem clear that she didn't want to go home right away as much as she did want to continue her adventure. However, I do like the realistic approach that she is suffering some mental problems to a degree, trying to find out, is this her destiny? Is she meant to follow in her Croft footsteps of her parents? Or is this some emotional trauma that she's going to have to deal with? And I was a little skeptical at first. Like, are they really trying to make her seem like a victim? But then again, when you think about it, this could work. It's a different approach, and it's kind of a better one. Because see, back in the day, like, sorry if I'm taking up all the screen time, but yeah, back in the old days of PS1 Tomb Raider days, you really didn't need an excuse for why Lara Croft did what she did, and by would do what she do, she would kill a lot of people. like go into Tomb Raider 3 when she would go into Area 51 and she would just gun guys down, like nothing, and not think anything of it. And over the years to present day, people will look back at that and say that that's not pretty realistic. I mean, especially when it comes to the sixth game, when she is apparently charged for murdering her mentor, whom she didn't kill, but she goes off to kill all these other people just to clear her name with that one guy that she didn't kill. So yeah, the realism kind of dies there. So now they're really trying to take a serious approach, and I definitely respect them for doing it. And hope.
Yeah, I like that they're reinventing the narrative.
Yeah, definitely. I hope it pays off. I'm
like, this is the only reboot that anybody really did like.
Very much, and everybody liked except Square at first, because they thought it sold pretty poorly. Only because it didn't clean up the mess their Final Fantasies made.
I really do think Steam really helped them out there, because like the game went $20 and everyone's just like, crack by.
The game sold over 3 million in the first, like I think, in the first week or a couple of weeks, and it sold over 3 million.
But the thing is, though, like digital sales of games are not really counted because just the downloading and all that sort of stuff. You would think that they would be counted, but they're not, which is kind of weird.
Probably. So, yeah, with the new Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm curious as to what story they're going to tell. I mean, it's clear that she's going to have some emotional problems that she's going to see therapy about, but what adventure is she going on? We didn't see too much, except it looked kind of snowy. She's wearing a hoodie, and it showed a huge background, but I couldn't make out what it was. I need to see the trailer again. I want to analyze this trailer now.
How does she not get hypothermia?
The same way she didn't get hypothermia in the old Tomb Raider games. Just, it's a video game, believe it.
Just keep walking. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. All right, so yeah, she still has her axe. I'm curious if we're going to see her old friends from the first one in it.
I think she's going to have like flashbacks.
Possibly. I know that the Tomb Raider comic continues the story. I'm pretty sure it might be its own continuity. Gene actually did a review of one of the comics, which takes place after the new Tomb Raider, and we both didn't like it too much because it ended up. This is what happens in the comic. There is an elite cultist group that liked the religion that was going back on the island that she was on, and they find a way to kidnap Lara's friend, the one that they needed for the ritual. I forget her name.
Oh, again?
Yeah, again. And they take
Princess Peach.
They take her back to the goddamn island. Again,
same island.
The same island. And Lara and the two friends that she was with go back to the island to save her.
AKA Lost.
Yeah, and Gene and I were like, what the fuck, guys? We just told this story. There's no reason for you to be here again. And none of this makes sense, because get this. The people on the island who were part of that cult didn't give a damn about the cult. It was just the only way that they knew was a surefire way for them to get off the island. That was their goal.
Just live.
Yeah, they were stuck on this island for God knows how long. They wanted off, and there was a force that was keeping them from doing it. Sacrificing this girl, or the mythological god of whatever, was what they thought was going to get them off the island. It could have been true. So they were doing it for that case. Nobody actually believed that bullshit, except for maybe Matthias, because he was there the longest.
Yeah, and that he was the craziest jackass.
Yeah, but he was a nut. So he might have been the only one that really got into it and believed it. But as far as we know, nobody outside knew about it, because the island was uncharted. Nobody found it. They found it on an accident. So the comic really doesn't make much sense in that regard. So it's just like, what are you trying to tell her? I hope this is in continuity with the new game, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, and I just hope that they just don't mess up too much because of the comic. I kind of wish that they would make reference to it, but at the same time, it's its own thing.
Yeah. The comic might end up having to be its own continuity thing. So, yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider, it's got me by the balls. I cannot wait for more information on this. In fact, I'm hoping on the floor there will be some more details about the game.
I'm pretty sure.
What was interesting is that they showed the trailer and nothing else. They didn't even bring it up. They were just like, oh, and this is Halo. Next trailer. Then they showed the Tomb Raider. And then that was it. And it was on to the next one. All right, so that's pretty much Tomb Raider. So on to the next one. Let's see. After Rise of the Tomb Raider, let's see. Then they had Ken Lobs come out, who talked about stuff. Let's see. Oh, and then Phantom Dust.
Phantom Dust.
It's another trailer that doesn't tell us much.
Well, I never really like. Okay, that game, I'm like, I don't get. I'm gonna search it right now.
Yeah, Phantom Dust. Like, you've got this main character who's in a suit. He's got long hair, which I like, by the way.
90s.
And you're in a modern city.
Oh, okay. I see where it's from. It's from Xbox.
It's from Xbox?
Like, here. I'm pretty sure you've seen it, like, around.
I guess. Might as well check.
Okay, I get the context now.
Yeah, some people were saying that this is a card game of a sort. Now, I don't know if this holds water. But it looked interesting, because you got this woman who appears out of nowhere, and she's glowing her powers, and then the suit's glowing his powers, and then they collide, and that's all you get. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I don't know what you just told me here. Like, what did I just see? So that's pretty much all we got with Phantom Dust. It doesn't tell you much. It's just kind of there, and then it's not. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait for the floor, and if there's anything they can tell us.
Mm-hmm. They should just make another Myth of Demons, though.
And then the next trailer was this was a gameplay trailer, and it was kind of a lot of people complained about this one because they said mind voices were staged and totally not how people would talk for a game called The Division.
The Division.
It looked like a Call of Duty clone.
Huh.
Or a form of Call of Duty. Because people were on board, but at the same time, people were constantly saying that people don't do this online. Like, and they were also making jokes on Twitter, like, quick, insult the guy's mother and call him something. Call him an a-hole, because that's what's going to be played.
Yeah.
So, like, I was kind of just, like, nodding off on Division just because it looked like another generic shooter, and besides, it didn't tell you anything. It didn't show you any story. Like, nothing. Like, it just showed guns and shooting. Like I don't know.
See, the thing about first-person shooters, it's becoming more like a multiplayer type thing. It's not really gonna be like story-driven like we are gonna see with like Wolfenstein.
Possibly. Now, the next game is made by Platinum Games, and it's called Scalebound.
I'm still waiting for Bayonetta to come out from them.
For the Wii U.
Yeah. I'm like, you're forgetting something here.
Yeah, where's Bayonetta that you promised?
Yeah. We need something from you right now.
Yeah, so they show Scalebound. They don't show any gameplay for it.
Yeah, it's all a CG thing. It's gonna come out next year. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. So, is this like an age thing? What are you trying to tell me? Like, I know Platinum Games is usually great with their hack and slashers, and they didn't show any of that. They just showed a team something we don't even. They show some gameplay with it to get us interested and let us know what exactly it is. I mean, all I know is we're looking at a guy that looks like he has got Dante hair and.
He kind of has that Dante build on his face, though, too.
I know, and nothing else really.
Like, I saw it for, like, a moment when he was, like, smirking. And I'm like, that's Dante face.
Yeah, other than that, I'm just, what are you trying to show me here, Platinum?
Like, I understand it's probably going to be, like, another thing, like, along the lines of a DMC, but it kind of seems like it's also going to be more involved, I guess. What do you think about that?
I know it's not going to be like DMC, because that was by Capcom, whom, by the way, showed up for a second. And it was for Dead Rising 3, or an add-on for it. It has.
I kind of found it funny that it was real quick.
Huh?
I found it funny that it was real quick.
Yeah, it was real quick. They didn't overstay the welcome. What was also really funny is that how very little people clapped after they were done. Like, everybody knows. Yeah, so they show the Dead Rising trailer that has all of the main characters in it, and it's like a big ass brawler or something where you can just go and mow down tons of zombies as different characters. Ryu, Akuma, Genji from Onimusha 4, all of these different Capcom icons tearing down these zombies, and which one doesn't show up?
Oh, what, Mega Man? They already made that, though.
Huh?
They already made that Mega Man skin.
Yeah, for the actual Dead Rising 3 game, they didn't make a skin for it. They made an outfit.
Yeah,
for your character to wear. But in the arcade thing that they did, where I also like the name of it, where it was like Ultra Super Dead Rising 3 Championship Edition EX, like Alpha 2 or so. Like they know that their names are a joke to the point where they're making fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can actually play as all of these other characters like Ryu and stuff and do those amazing Hadokens, but Mega Man didn't make an appearance.
Well, I think they're just kind of probably add on new stuff to the existing character.
But why wouldn't you put Mega Man in your trailer? Because you know you're... Like, Capcom has to know they're in a lot of deep water, specifically because of Mega Man.
Yeah, maybe, but it's kind of like something... they're limiting confusion, I think.
Oh,
you know?
They don't want to get people's hopes up, like, this is a Mega Man game, or teasing them, like, oh, we got a Mega Man game coming.
Yeah.
Maybe if you look too deep into it, but everybody knew that was a Dead Rising game.
Uh-huh.
And it was a party game at that, because you got players and you got all these Capcom characters people are dressing up as. If they put Genji from Onimusha 4, which was a series that hasn't been around since PS2, you're telling me that they couldn't have put a Mega Man in there? How many people actually even remember one? How many people aside from us actually remember who the hell Genji was? It's not like he was bigger than Samanosuke.
Your thing with Samanosuke.
Well, Samanosuke was the main character of the whole series. No, Jubei was too. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. HD remake confirmed.
Well, you know how hard that'd be? Because...
Yeah, you had to upscale the bitmaps from, like, Onimusha 1.
Because the thing about... The thing about Onimusha games, or at least the first two, was that the maps really weren't, like, there. They were kind of pictures that...
Yeah, they were kind of JPEGs.
Yeah, they were pretty much just JPEGs that they allowed you to traverse on. They weren't really so much layouts that could be texturally updated.
Yeah. Alright, what's next on the list?
Crackdown.
I found that a little bit more or less interesting now.
Like, the city looked like the city in Batman Forever. It was very colorful and very green. And there was a lot of overworld destruction.
Yeah.
So is that what they're trying to get across? Is that for the first time in an overworld game, you can actually cause destruction to the building?
Yeah, I think they're gonna try and, like, push things all the way around, but...
That'd be pretty cool, actually. We've had overworld games, but I don't think we've had an overworld game where you can literally just destroy buildings.
Yeah, but we kind of already had, like, a shooter that you could have destroyed the whole entire damn building.
Titanfall?
No, it is Battlefield. I think 4.
Yeah, but I think Crackdown with think of it on a Grand Theft Auto scale, where you're GTA size, but you can actually blow up those tall skyscrapers. That'd be pretty boss.
The next Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto 6 Demolition.
For you, you're a construction worker that's gone bad.
Pretty much. Whatever happens next is all up to your imagination. Next is... Let's see. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Not much, actually. Like, there really wasn't anything else after that. Like, right? Like, that was kind of...
Well, we had some, like, multi-cons, I think, like Witcher 3. I'm pretty sure that's going to be
like
Witcher
3 showed up real fast, but I didn't know... Oh, yeah, and the new Fable.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a new Fable.
Yeah, it was a new Fable. We also had... did we talk about Dragon Age?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I think that looked really good.
See, Dragon Age, I missed the boat on Dragon Age. I think because they came out too fast for me.
Like, I played them, like, you know, to the point, but I never got engrossed in it because it just seemed too draggy. But this new one kind of seems like the fat out of it. Like, I don't think I got to the immediate fun part.
Oh, yeah?
Yet. At least that's what I think about the Dragon Age series.
Well, again, Dragon Age series, another series I respect for it having gone on this long, so clearly a lot of people have to like it.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, it's another series that just eluded me because I didn't have time to get into it. And it seems like they just came out with too many too fast. Because the first Dragon Age I was gonna get, and then I found out that they were coming out with another one. Like I think it was called Dragon Age Origins or something.
Mm-hmm. I almost feel like a neglectful parent. It's like, I know you're probably good, but I'm gonna ignore you.
Yeah, it's just like there's too much going on that I just couldn't keep up. I wish I did. There's a lot of games I wish I did get into, but unfortunately, it was just, I missed.
Yeah,
out. Then,
for me, it's like Dead Space.
Like Dead Space, I was able to catch on with Dead Space quick enough. Like, in fact, I guess you could call myself a fan, since I actually was there at the midnight release for Dead Space 2, and I got the special edition. And I'm like, really? Did I like Dead Space that much that I actually shelled out $80 for it?
Yeah,
I guess so. Because
I liked how it was like almost like Aliens, but like modern.
oh yeah, they were aliens, but they were monster aliens. They were evil aliens.
Not like the movie Aliens though.
Oh,
Like Ridley Scott.
necromorphs.
Yeah, Xenomorphs.
Yeah, xenomorphs, necromorphs. Yeah, Ridley Scott was so close to suing somebody this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so aliens, give me them anyway. I'll probably take it. So yeah, I think what Dead Space did for me was I just really liked the fear aspect of it with the aliens. I don't know, that and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star actually got scary.
Oh, that was the creepiest thing in the damn world. I'm like, what am I getting myself into?
You made a nursery rhyme scary. If you can do that successfully, oh, you made a good game.
Oh yeah. Oh, did we ever talk about Sunset Overdrive?
I think I missed that. Like, I saw people talking about it. What was that? Remind me.
Yeah, it is made by Insomniac. They are making it like almost like the big thing that they're going to be showing there at E3. I like Insomniac. I like what they show. They have this one. I don't think they showed it in the E3 trailer thing or whatever playthrough. They showed actual gameplay. It looks very polished, and I didn't see
Sunset Overdrive, Sunset.
Yeah.
City. Oh yeah, I totally remember that. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, it's just that this should have came out last year.
I know. This looks like this was part of that brand of game that, like, it kind of reminded me of Plants vs Zombies, actually.
Well, I think it's more or less its own thing because it has like a little bit more texture, and it's meant to be taken realistically but playfully.
Well, it kind of looked like 60s with the whole Pam, like Bam, Pow.
Yeah, comic
Yeah, comic
style.
Hilarious. You know, like, it looks like a fun game, to be sure.
It's kid friendly.
It's also exclusive, which scares me. Because it's like, I'm still torn on whether I want to get a PS4 or Xbox One. Again, there's hardly a reason now why you should have to choose between them.
Yeah.
Because of the multi-platforms. But then there are some exclusive games that you wonder.
Yeah. But Sunset Overdrive, I think, might be like one of those like BioShock, like, you know, how BioShock was exclusive at one time and then it came to the PS3 later on. It might be one of those. But then again, Insomniac has never really done that with their games. Like Uncharted is still a Sony exclusive. Oh no, wait. No. Okay, that's Naughty Dog. What am I doing?
It is Naughty Dog, but I don't think we've seen Uncharted on yeah, like, as far as I know, Uncharted Nathan Drake is a PlayStation All-Star. So I don't think you'll be seeing him on Xbox anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I guess you could consider like half the characters that were on PlayStation All-Stars. Like, yeah, they're not going anywhere.
I think it was like Sony's way of saying like, never gonna happen.
Yeah, probably not, even though Metal Gear Rising happened.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh well.
We're gonna ignore that.
We'll just put him in there because he's riding. Aside from that...
It's a sword.
Well, that pretty much wraps up
unless you're talking about indie games.
Yeah, indie games, which, well, they made that ID Xbox for the indie developers.
Oh, in the press conference they showed Mighty Number 9. Just for like a second though.
Yeah.
In the indie section.
Yeah. But that's by concept, so.
So? Fucking love Mega Man.
So do I, but
I don't care what he looks like.
He's not.
As long as we get a Mega Man.
Yeah, no, he's not going to be exclusive for Xbox though. He's on everything.
So I don't freaking care.
Yeah, so
fucking Mega Man.
I know it is Mega Man. Yeah. So that's pretty much all we have for Microsoft's press conference. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. There were a few.
It was better than last year.
Better than last year. Last year was flat out hilarious. They were booing Xbox out the door.
Yeah, just get out of here.
Like they were, I couldn't believe it. They were actually chanting Sony in the conference. Sony, Sony, Sony. Like I was with them. That was hilarious. Like Sony was trolling Microsoft. Like this is how we share games.
Yeah.
Like they took advantage of it.
Oh yeah, and they even made an effort just to put that in the thing. Like, you know, almost like a little taunt, like, haha.
Like, haha, we got your friends.
You see this guy? He's now our friend.
Yeah, this guy that liked you, yeah, now he's on our side. Tell your friends about me. Yeah, so it's nice
oh, shit.
It's nice to see that Microsoft actually learned something, and they didn't even mention the television or anything about the Xbox One or anything like that anymore. They're like,
yeah.
Okay, we get it. You guys don't give a care. Sports, TV, television. Yeah, none of you give a care about that. And also, they really didn't show anything with the Kinect. Thank you.
Well, Dance Central.
Dance, but I guess that was to be expected.
Yeah, Dance Central. They just showed it for like 5 minutes, and then it's like done.
Yeah, for a dance game, Kinect is fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anything else? No.
What kind of bothers me is that they didn't show anything about Gears.
Yeah, which is again we talked about it earlier how Gears is a mainstream Microsoft product. It's kind of strange.
It's now a mainstream because it's now first party because of Black Tusk, and I think they didn't get enough done to show at this year's E3.
Yeah,
I think that's what the problem was.
Probably. Like I'm not a big fan of Gears, but I definitely know it's a big franchise.
Yeah.
No,
they didn't even show the icon. They had the audacity. They didn't even cut that icon from the thing. It still showed the icon on it. I'm like, you bastards. That's a scumbag move, man, Microsoft. Scumbag move. Get my hopes up.
You wish this was here. Yeah, you were kind of hoping they would put it on the show floor, but I shot that down. Like, why would they put one of their main franchises on the show floor and not in their conference?
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb.
It's like you're not making hype, but I know they didn't want to overshadow Halo.
Yeah, like Halo is their top billing horse. Halo is their prize heifer. No doubt.
Yeah, but Gears of War is starting to become like one of those competitive things, and it did start to get like a following in Mexico, but it's almost a negative following.
Well, still,
but at least it's a following.
They could have showed Gears of War first and saved Halo for last.
Yeah,
like had people walking out at the end of Halo, hyped up for the new Halo, but they saw Gears of War at the beginning. They would have, that would have been a good way to do it.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can think of is that they didn't have anything for Gears of War this time.
I really just hope that they balance the game good enough. Like, that would be kind of the straw that breaks the camel's back for me in terms of me giving Microsoft my money. You know?
Yeah, I get you.
So, like, okay, Gears of War. I think I'm going to go with Microsoft at least for a round right now.
Well, at least until we see what Sony's got. Right now, for this year's E3, it's kind of the deciding factor. The consoles have been out for almost 2 years. Now, I guess now would be the time to make your decision. So it's at this year's E3 that they have to try to sell.
Yeah, it's like, money now. Just give me your wallet. Yeah. Just like use one of those portable like things for the credit card with your phone.
Yeah, they've got to try hard to sell us on their wares, which is probably why they went ahead and showed Tomb Raider on their Microsoft lineup, even though Tomb Raider is not exclusive.
I know. You would think that would be on Ubisoft's stage.
I know.
Was it?
No. Tomb Raider is Square Enix. And
Square Enix. Okay. Damn, I am off today.
Square Enix and Eidos. No. Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics. My bad. Yeah, Eidos.
We're geeking all over that. We just
Eidos is no longer around anymore. So.
All right, guys. I think that's pretty much.
So,
huh? Last thing. They pushed a lot of 1080p, like 60 frames per second, mumbo jumbo.
See, that stuff just kind of goes over my head because I don't care.
Like, they pushed it so freaking hard this year. On every single game, they made sure they said 1080p, 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 1080p.
Why do people care so much? Like, oh, graphics are great and all, but
like the thing is though,
that
it's like one of those things that like if it's not there, people bitch about it.
Well, here's the thing: 1080p higher. That's not something you should have to announce. That should just be there.
Yeah, but at the same time, like they kind of have not been making 1080p games for the new consoles. They really haven't.
Well, that's because all the new games on the new consoles have been games that were made for PS3 and 360, just put on the new consoles.
I think it was firstly made for PC, or just primarily made for them. Because, like, when you play those games on a PC, it's very light. Like, it's very easy to play it on the computer. No joke, dude.
Well, be that as it may, that's pretty much all we've got for Microsoft's press conference. Not bad, but not entirely too great. A couple of trailers that really got us hyped. Now, I guess all we can do is wait and see what Sony's got lined up, and then we'll decide whether or not which console has won us over.
If they bitch slap Microsoft this year, that would be amazing.
I'm curious, is Nintendo doing anything?
They're doing a Nintendo Direct thing again. They're not having a conference this year. It's just going to be a live stream. That's it.
Oh, we'll see.
Which is kind of it'll be good press for them if they had a conference, but no.
Probably, but unless they have something worth showing. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, they have the new Zelda game that they're going to show.
Yeah, maybe.
So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, you've been watching the Brotherhood Gaming video game show, the only video game show that, I don't know. I'm your host, William Morris, a.k.a. Superman.
And I'm Nathaniel Reyes, the Green Lantern.
And we'll see you when Sony's press conference is up, and we'll give you our thoughts on then. Until then, enjoy E3, keep on gaming, and have fun with all those games, and stop fighting. Later.
Oh, yeah. Bye.
I couldn't resist. Oh, almost 10 years without a new game. Guess we'll have to make our own.